Do you think your body will react the same way if you ingest 500 kilocalories of meat and 500 kilocalories of sugar? If you think yes, this video is for you. Okay guys, welcome again. Felipe here, the Fit Stoic. Now I will talk about some stories about nutrition that most people sadly ignore nowadays, despite of all the amount of information that there is. But actually there is so much information that people are so lost. So we will go back when I was like kind of fatty and I was trying to eat healthy, having snacks and stuff. I was eating a lot of oats with fruits, blah 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 blah. But I didn't realize back in the day that I was just ingesting a massive amount of sugar. Because yeah, it could be kind of healthy and stuff full of fiber, but at the end, when this food is converted into glucose in the bloodstream, it will only be sugar. And the excess of sugars are converted into body fat if you are not utilizing those calories into some kind of activity. In current nutrition plans, we were fooled with this idea of the food pyramid, like the base of all the calories should be like bread, cereals in general, rice and stuff, fruit and blah blah blah. Thing is, there is nothing wrong with carbohydrates. The thing is, like, our diet nowadays is so focused on an excessive amount of carbs that we are generating this thing called insulin resistance. And insulin resistance, it is something provoked when your carbo intake is so high every time, so your body releases insulin, which is the hormone that carries like the energy towards the cell. And also, whenever you are eating like this kind of carbs, your sugar level in the bloodstream will be so high, so the body, in order to maintain stable sugar levels, the body releases insulin. So this hormone will be the responsible to store this excessive amount of carbs into body fat if your liver and muscles are already saturated with glucose, glycogen, because the glucose is stored in the body as glycogen. So if you are not spending this glycogen in some activities, physical activities, you will be storing all the rest of calories from carbs in form of body fat. So that's why nowadays everyone tends to be so fat, because we are so sedentary. We are not using these sources of energy in any kind. So we are constantly snacking, and the insulin spike will be there again, and we are storing more fat and more fat and more fat every time. So that's why it is so important to perform physical activities in the gym, like strength training and so on, so we can use those sources of glycogen. So whenever we are ingesting carbs again, we are replenishing those carbs, and our sugar levels in the bloodstream will be more stable. The problem is, like, when we are not exercising at all in any way, the body is constantly invaded by a massive amount of insulin every time. So the cell in the body becomes like immune to this effect of the insulin. So we become basically insulin resistant. And this is like the stage 1 of becoming type 2 diabetic. So that's why it is very important, if you are like trying to lose weight and stuff, to use those glycogen stores first. Otherwise you are just wasting your time. Obviously, if you follow like a low calorie diet, you won't have this problem. I'm not saying that calorie deficit is not important. Of course it is. It is perhaps the most important thing when it comes to losing weight. But if you are like in a moderate intake around your maintenance calories, and you're not tracking or using these carbs, glycogen, etc., you will develop anyway insulin resistance. and you can see like the symptoms of insulin resistance are like you're constantly tired, maybe you are feeling like dizzy or like fainting whenever you are like ingesting a dish, a plate of pasta or something like that. If you are feeling this way, probably you have insulin resistance, or maybe you have like some kind of dark color pigmented skin around your neck, insulin resistance. So the big problem here is it's not like about carbs, you know, but actually you must understand that there is not in the diet such a thing like essential carbs. We have essential amino acids that come from protein, essential fats like omega-3, omega-6, blah blah blah, but there is no such a thing like essential carbs. So carbs are not essential in the diet. That's why we were fooled with this food pyramid that we were taught all the time. The important thing here it is like you are ingesting carbs whenever you need them to train harder. If you are not using carbs like in kind of explosive training, you don't need carbs. Simple as that. Otherwise, you will get fat. Obviously, if we are talking about like a excessive amount of calories, okay? Or either you will get fat or you will develop throughout the time insulin resistance. So the problem here is not about carbs themselves. It's about like the sugar spikes, like very big sugar spikes. Because whenever you have a very big sugar spike, the sugar levels in your bloodstream will skyrocket, and eventually insulin will be triggered by the pancreas and it will go down again. And in that moment, your energy will be crushed. You will feel like weak, no mood at all to do anything, you know. So how can we avoid these sugar spikes? By ingesting fiber. So all the things you can always improve your meals and stuff by adding fiber. For instance, you can tell me that white rice is empty calories. Yes, you're right. But you can ingest a little amount of salad before the white rice, and this will be buffering the effect of those carbs, you know. So this is the thing, guys. If you understand this, you can use carbs as a tool to perform better in the gym and not having these kind of symptoms of shitty energy or things like that, which is very common. That's why nowadays everyone feels lazy and with no energy, bad mood, or no mood at all to do any kind of exercise, you know. So the carbs, you have to see them like a tool for training. That's it. Obviously, we are like bombed by a very big amount of carbs. Anywhere we go, everything is about those, about pasta, cookies, all of that is carbs, you know. Even though we can ingest fruit and blah blah, you can tell me that it's very healthy. Yeah, they are, but in excess they are also very bad, you know. Because back in the day, like 100 years ago, watermelon wasn't looking the way it looks now. Apple, totally different. Banana, now it's full of carbs, like and 100, 200 years ago when it wasn't modified by humans, it was full of seeds and stuff. So it was totally different. Nowadays, carbs are so different from like 500 years ago, even like the good ones. So that's it, guys. So use the carbs only for training, and that's all. If you understand this concept, that's good. Also, if you are training hard and blah blah blah, you can use carbs to promote, for instance, like all the nutrients are going to the muscle directly. So we can use this big spike in insulin after training, for example, when we are having like a protein shake or stuff like that with a candy to recover fast from the training. That's a very intelligent way of ingesting carbs. So that's it, guys. And also I wanted to say that some people perform like cardio before the session of lifting weights, and that's a mistake. You have to do that at the end, because in the beginning you need all that glycogen to perform better in the gym. Okay, so you will be using all the glycogen to lift weights and train hard, and then when your stores of glycogen are depleted in your liver and muscles, now you can go to the treadmill and do, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you will be probably using the body fat. If you do it the other way around, you are just wasting those calories, that of glycogen calories, and you will perform poorly in the gym. So this is the trick when it comes to nutrition. It's quite simple, and many people ignore this. So I hope this video worked out for you guys, and see you next time. Felipe out.